It's almost like that scene in Ghostbusters when they open up that little the little ghost box, where they hold all the ghosts in, and all those ghosts pop out. That's what it was like for my emotions. All these emotions are flying around that are very intense, powerful, strong, heavy, deep emotions that I don't know how to deal with. I'm still figuring that piece out. I'm still working through how to handle one of them, let alone all 20 emotions. And I told Kathy, I'm like, man, no wonder I have created a survival mechanism of avoidance because, man, I want to avoid all this stuff. Let's keep those ghosts, keep all those emotions locked in this, ghost box because man, I don't want to deal with all this stuff. So many takeaways, so many takeaways. Just this emotional growth journey, again, from boundaries here. This emotional growth journey is just no joke. Today is definitely one of those days where it feels like it's 3 steps forward and 2 steps backward, or in some cases, 2 steps forward and 3 steps backward. I was reading, again, Boundaries by Dr. Henry Cloud, and man, I was not expecting it. It hit and I'll be transparent here. So it hit a section on victimization. And there's 3 components that are necessary to create a victim: injury, exploitation, and one other one. I'll think about it. So 3 characteristics, right? So that that kind of are part of being a victim. And I had dealt with so I was molested when I was a kid, and when I was 5, and I had dealt with it. One of our counselors that we had done some spiritual counseling we did called RTF, Restore the Foundations. And I thought, okay, I dealt with it. It's done. Boom. Well, he brought up, because even in the section, like I hit this victimization section, I'm like, well, this doesn't apply to me, but I'm going to read it anyway, right? Because I'm going to read it anyway, just in, maybe it applies to somebody else I can help that maybe is in a victim spot or whatever. But it's not me because I've already dealt with my stuff. Well, then he goes through and hits the 15 or 20 points that if you were a victim, if you were abused, molested, verbally, physically, mentally abused, then here are, 20 things, 15 things that you could be struggling with or have dealt with before. And I mean, there may have been one that I couldn't relate with. And some of them I'm still actively currently working through. And so it opened up the whole Pandora's box of emotions that I thought I had dealt with. I thought I had already handled all this stuff, and it completely sent me spinning. And so hence why I'm feeling like, 3 steps forward, 2 steps backward. Because I was not ready. I was not ready. I was not aware. And I told Kathy, it's almost like that scene in Ghostbusters when they open up that little the little ghost box, where they hold all the ghosts in, and all those ghosts pop out. That's what it was like for my emotions. All these emotions are flying around that are very intense, powerful, strong, heavy, deep emotions that I don't know how to deal with. I'm still figuring that piece out. I'm still working through how to handle one of them, let alone all 20 emotions. And I told Kathy, I'm like, man, no wonder I have created a survival mechanism of avoidance, because, man, I want to avoid all this stuff. Let's keep those ghosts, keep all those emotions locked in this, ghost box, because I don't want to deal with all this stuff. So that's my flesh, my immediate gut response, having thankfully had some victories in this emotional growth area. I know that I'm going to stick through it and stick to the fight here of my growth, because I have experienced emotional freedom on the other side of working through crap. But there's nothing pleasant about it until you work through it. At the end, it's pleasant, but intellectually, it's like, okay, intellectually I understand that there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, but that rainbow is not a rainbow. It's like brutal, right? And so, anyway, thankfully we have been on this journey, and I'm going to fight through this stuff, but man, I just was not ready. So, I guess my leadership application takeaway is, man, what other areas of my life have I thought I've dealt with that I haven't fully dealt with? And how are those areas limiting me in my decisions, in my faith, in my relationships, in my marriage, in my parenting? Because all this stuff has a direct impact into our daily lives, in every area of our lives: work, business, family, again, faith, everything. And how can I get God involved more intentionally into my emotional growth and development process? So anyway, that's my leadership application takeaway today. Let's do this so we can change the world by changing your world, by changing you and me.